Today we are taking this chore list and we are trashing it in favor of a new system. So I thought maybe we could go through this, and some of you might also be in a similar situation and might want to try a new system. So here we go with a new way to assign chores and ensure success. I'm Tracy from teachmetracy.com, and on this channel, you're going to find videos all about the tips, tools, and tricks to thrive in a homeschool lifestyle. One of the things that everyone should be doing in their homeschool to encourage independence and self-reliance, and also create some help for you around the house, because when everyone is home all of the time, you wouldn't believe the amount of mess that can be created. Seems like out of nowhere. So with that in mind, we decided to start assigning chores, age-appropriate chores for Eric maybe a couple of years ago. And so I wasn't sure exactly how to do this because, my parents just said, go do your chores, and we just sort of knew what that meant. In our house, it's not so cut and dry because Eric J has ADHD with executive functioning disorder. And so sometimes it makes things difficult. One, he has trouble remembering 2 or 3 things in a sequence. By the time he gets to the first one, he's forgotten 2 and 3. And so he constantly needs cues or reminding in order to get 2 and 3 done. I find it very frustrating to keep repeating myself. I'm not somebody who has patience for repeating myself. 2, he sometimes has trouble getting started with the task. So this system that we were using, where I just went on Canva, quickly created a chore list and kind of plopped it on the refrigerator, it's been okay at working, but I can tell that it's been a little bit frustrating for him. And also at times it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I constantly have to give him redirection, which is not that uncommon with both ADHD and executive functioning disorder. So I found this individual chore list, and I think it's going to work much better for our house. And I hope that it may help you also streamline your chore list so that you don't get constantly interrupted, or so that you don't have to keep giving redirection to your children also, whether or not they have ADHD or executive functioning disorder. I found it actually on Pinterest on a blog called mommymoment.ca. And this is such a great way to organize and keep chores in a list. Now, Eric J he finds a lot of satisfaction in having his own list and checking it off when it's complete. Ta-da! I'm not sure why it motivates him, but it does motivate him. It's genius. I don't know. People are a lot more creative than I am. And if you watch this channel long enough, I'm a little bit on the lazy side. So when I have an issue, I scour to see if anyone else perhaps has come up with a better plan, or I discuss it with Eric's occupational therapist, and maybe she can help me talk through some of these things that we're experiencing in the household. But anyway, we're going to take this chore list, which has served as sort of a, starter chore list, if you will. And we're going to actually do this process together. So I think it's going to be great for our house. I'd love to hear if it works out for you, if you decide to try it too. What you're going to need is a set of colored index cards. And you want colored ones because you want the kids to differentiate between the days of the week. So it's just easier if it's color coded. I'm sure it would work if all you have on hand is white index cards. I think colored index cards would work better in our household, but give it a whirl if you have white index cards. You need a hole puncher, and then you're going to need one of these fancy ring binders. These you can find at the dollar store. So super cheap. You can find index cards there too to make these chore lists. And then we are going to laminate it. I can link all of the equipment down below. I usually get all my school supplies and equipment either through Amazon or the dollar store. Sometimes Walmart too has great deals. One thing I forgot to mention as we're doing this is she does a really great job giving you sort of a guideline to go by as far as age appropriate chores. Okay, so here you go. Here is our day by day itemized chore list. I will put the graphics up separately so that you can see them. I'm not going to read them out to you in the interest of time. So now we're going to take our cards and we're going to go over to the laminator and we're going to laminate them, and then we're going to put them together. We're going to punch a hole, put the ring binder on it. Okay, so now we're going to laminate. This little laminating machine came with some small laminating sheets and some large ones. The small ones are just enough to be able to laminate these. And you can do, on this little machine, you can do hot laminating and cold laminating, but I don't recommend that you let kids do this. You probably, you know, little kids anyway. So while that one's going, I'm just gonna go ahead and put each one of these in a laminating pouch. Okay, there's the first one. So you can see it's a pretty efficient little machine, and it's really convenient to store away. It doesn't take up that much space. So we really like to use this one. And then we just need to trim them, and we're gonna poke a hole. Oh, I see a mistake I made. Look at this. So I'd rather put the hole here, but it looks like I'm gonna have to put my hole here so that he can read it, because if you have a child that's like mine, he's very persnickety, and if he can't see the entire date, it might throw him for a loop. So anyway, I'll just put the hole on this side and try to avoid a potential issue. I don't know. Sometimes he's okay, sometimes not. So we're going to trim these, and then we'll put the hole and put it all together. Laminating is an extra step. You really don't have to laminate if you don't have a laminator. I think it works just fine without it. The reason that I chose to laminate, and I'm showing you how to laminate, is because they can check off the check boxes as they're doing it. And in our case, Eric really likes to check off his own work, so he can take his dry erase marker and check off the checks. For whatever reason, it gives him a lot of satisfaction to do that. And I'm all for whatever motivates kids, right? This little hole puncher is not going to punch all 7, so we're going to have to do it in pieces. Okay, last step, putting the ring binder on. Click it into place, and voila, they can flip them. Woo, who doesn't like a flip chart? Yes. Nice, I love it. Yay, I can't wait to get this boy busy on his chore list. That's all I have for you. What do you think?